What's up, YouTube? It's your boy B.I. to the T, back with a brand new video. And I've got a video here from, what's her name? Ashley. I was just scrolling on YouTube and I saw this video from Ashley Kyra. That didn't sound familiar, that's why. And it says Burna Boy is hated by everyone, or why everyone hates Burna Boy. I don't know why everyone hates Burna Boy. I heard some issues he had in the US about some concerts and some things. I don't know what it's actually about. I wasn't following the story, so I now want to catch up and I want to see what it's about. So don't forget to subscribe. Let's check out the video. I'll leave the link to Ashley's channel down below. You can go check it out. But yeah, let's check out the video, okay?
For him. People are over him. I do think he tours a lot. People in the comments said that he always shows up mad late. And then he's just been very disrespectful towards fans. He kicked the fan out for sleeping. He said that he doesn't want poor
Wait, he kicked someone out for sleeping?
people buying his tickets.
He doesn't want poor people buying his tickets. Wait. Huh? Does he think those people coming to his concert, I'm not calling anyone poor, but like, if, I don't know what he considers to be rich, but maybe people who are driving like 500k cars, let me say that's what he considers to be rich. So does he think everyone coming to his concert is driving a 500k car? It's literally poor people.
The incident with the married
that
woman
make you like that made you who you are.
And so he assaulted her husband. He's just very arrogant. He thinks that, his stuff does not stink and that, he can do whatever he wants. And now he's finding out, yes, you can do whatever you want, but we can also, and we cannot support you. We cannot support you. And you're going to have to cancel more tour dates, or you're going to have to go to smaller venues. And again, like I said in my last video, sometimes when, you really like an artist and they're actually a good person, you feel bad when, their tickets aren't selling. But for you, it's kind of a key.
When Burna Boy first emerged in the early 2010s, he felt like a spark in a growing wave of Nigerian talent reshaping global music. Artists like Wizkid, Davido, Tiwa Savage, and later Rema and Thames were already opening international doors, but Burna brought a gritty fusion of Afrobeats, dancehall, and a reggae powerhouse storytelling that made him impossible to ignore. But over the years, Burna Boy has built a reputation not just for being a global superstar, but for being unapologetically rude, dismissive, and sometimes outright hostile toward the very fans who helped elevate him. And while it would take hours to unpack every misstep, today we're looking at some of the most troubling moments that show a pattern, not isolated mistakes, but a consistent attitude problem that has rubbed fans in Nigeria, the United States, and across the diaspora the wrong way.
That's crazy.
When the Coachella lineup dropped in January 2019, Burna Boy was featured alongside headliners and global heavyweights like Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, and Ariana Grande. Instead of celebrating the moment, he took to social media to complain that his
I remember this. He was oh my god, bro, it's just a name. And people were like, bro, it's just a name. So he was complaining that his name was printed. You see the way we have Khaled, Z, and those names are like printed big, big, big. He was complaining that his name was printed too little. Bro, that's crazy.
Calling himself an African giant and demanding the organizers fix it, Burna Boy said,
Coachella, I really appreciate you, but I don't appreciate the way my name is written so small in your bill. I am an African giant and will not be reduced to whatever that Chinese writing means. Fix things quick, please. He went on to say that I represent a whole generation of solid African creators going global, not the soft, low.
But now he says he regrets being Nigerian or African, I think.
Self-esteem Africans with a slave mentality. I will grant an interview soon to make myself understood. Nothing I say comes from a place of pride or any sense of entitlement. It comes from my vision of the future of Africa, not just African music.
Instead of appreciating the global platform, he made it about hierarchy and optics, which was an early red flag that...
But low-key, I feel like that's what it actually entails. Like the way they write their names, because you normally don't see like small artists with their names written in bold letters, bro. Like, if you're writing everyone's name, why don't you just write everyone's name the same? But it's like you're trying to, actually like show people that, yeah, this person is higher over the rest or some shit like that. Because when I literally look at the flyers or whatever you call it first, those are the names I'll be seeing. I'll be like, oh, Khaled is going to be there. Oh, this is going to be there. But why don't you make it small so that the person will pay attention and then read through and see if their favorite artist is there? Because maybe someone might actually like Burna Boy, but maybe was looking for a different artist. And when he's looking through, you will see that, oh, okay, so Burna Boy will also be coming. And maybe that would even make the person be like, okay, yeah, then I want to go. You get it? Yeah, but you don't have to be making some people who names big and some small, bro. Come on.
Burna cared less about
It
the
feels
achievement,
a bit
but
weird.
more about being treated like royalty before he even earned that level of worldwide recognition. During a show that same year, September
I mean, during that time, Burna Boy had a worldwide recognition. What are we talking about, bro? Burna Boy was him at that time, bro.
2019, Burna Boy targeted a fan who wasn't dancing. He paused the entire performance and refunded the man's ticket on stage. And
Wait,
told
what?
him to leave.
It's clear. Go. Let's cut this guy out of this place, please. Because
Wait, what?
this guy too, you in green. Why you here? Hello, you. Why you here? Because of you. Okay, you're excused. Security, carry this guy come out from my front. You can go to the back though. You can't stay in the front. The front is strictly for my mom.
I mean, he literally gave him free money to go to the back, bro. That is crazy. What?
What the fuck I do this for? Everyone has seen my sorrow, my sweat, my blood, my tears that I put into this music and every performance. I do this shit for you from the bottom of my heart. I don't come here to play. So if you want to come and do a fashion show, you want to stand and look at me, go to the fucking church. You understand? So my brother,
What the hell?
is not encouraging me.
It's always weird to me when
That's
artists try to blame the fan
kind
or
of
the
funny.
audience for lacking energy or for not being as enthused by their performance as the artist would like them to be. Because if a person or the crowd is giving you absolutely nothing, more time
But you see, sometimes too low key, like people who normally come to stand there just like that are the same people who start complaining and be like, "Oh, he's dull. I came to the concert, he wasn't doing anything."
and not
I mean,
that
I'm just
clearly
saying,
reflects
though.
how poor of a job you're doing to entertain them. In July 2022, in a $1 million worth of game interview, Burna Boy told Gillian Wallow that I was never proud of being a Nigerian.
Oh,
I never
yeah, it
cared
was
about
actually
anything
Nigerian.
related to them.
And just
You see, I'm not Nigerian, right? But when I saw this, I felt kind of like, I felt heartbroken somehow. Because, bro, that's literally where he started from. You get it? That's where he started from, which is kind of weird.
being in a place where I wanted to forget I was even Nigerian. You understand? Like I wouldn't even.
Why did that come about? Did you need?
Bro, I wasn't. To be honest, I wasn't proud to be Nigerian, bro.
Why?
It wasn't. Really
I think he gave a good reason.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, and that's the truth. It wasn't really a proud. It's coming from being in the UK and stuff at the time. It wasn't really the proudest thing to be because, like, they just always used to clown us and try to, with the apps and all them things there. So yeah, I wasn't really proud. I didn't care about anything Nigerian like that at the time.
This comment was shocking because
What?
over the years, he has built an entire brand on Nigerian identity and Afrofusion culture, but casually dismissing your own culture and identity, especially as an artist who profits from selling that same identity, felt hypocritical. Though this experience could be attributed to his time in London, where being African probably was not as celebrated as probably other cultures and ethnic groups were there, but his comments still painted him as a deeply conflicted and somewhat ashamed of the roots he constantly markets in his music. At his Lagos concert in January 2023, Burna Boy showed up extremely late, hours past the announced start time, and when his frustrated fans started booing him, he took the mic and essentially told them that God would punish them for their impatience.
But I dare here with you now. After I don't talk, say I keep person for Cubana. After I don't talk, say my mama dance for Bella. After I don't, no wala.
But you see, around that time too, a lot of Nigerians were actually dissing him and his mom and stuff. And bro, just like him, I would not tolerate anyone disrespecting my family, bro. There's no fucking way. I don't care who you are, bro. If you like, don't come to my shit, but you don't have any right to come and disrespect my family. You don't know what I've been through with them, what they've done for me. So for you to come and say online, and just because maybe you watch something I do, doesn't mean you have the right to come and disrespect someone on the internet, bro. The internet life is different from personal life. I don't show pride. Maybe someone might be arrogant on camera, right? But maybe they're doing it for content, like for clout and stuff, because people will talk about it, like negative stories travel faster than, But in real life, you have to be a human being, bro. Bring yourself to everyone's level, whether rich, poor, give everyone the same respect. Don't be thinking you're better than anyone on this planet. You're not. For the camera, it can be content. You get it? Because people literally see things these days and be like, oh, it's a skit, it's a skit, it's a skit. It's just for content, it's just for clout. You get it? But off camera, bro, you don't do that. But like for you to be disrespecting someone's family, it's kind of
Love you
weird.
now why I dey here. So if you like, don't love me. Now God will punish you.
He cursed them, bro.
Tell me what you
Imagine disrespecting your home audience, showing up hours late, and then lecturing the people who waited for you. This situation further solidified the idea that Burna Boy doesn't actually value his Nigerian fans unless they're praising him. In another concert in his Love Damini tour in 2023, Burna Boy kicked an over-enthusiastic fan who tried climbing on stage. Some people defended him for protecting his space, but many felt that it was an unnecessarily aggressive reaction, especially after being 6 hours late to his show.
6 hours?
In March 2023,
What?
when activist Shaka Bars asked Burna Boy, why is it important that the diaspora come home? Burna Boy's response implied that many Black Americans were disconnected from African identity. The comments blew up, with people accusing him of being dismissive and condescending.
And I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
You know why? Okay, let's use America for example, right? Because we can use anywhere.
Yeah.
But let's just use America, right? Why do you think the Chinese American, has their respect, and they don't go through the things that African Americans go through? Even though they might go through their struggles, I'm not taking anything away from them, but they don't go through what the African American goes through. You know why? Because the Chinese American, he has a base. He actually knows where he's from in China.
Right.
Yeah.
They have support from the Chinese government.
You understand? Like the Italian American,
I get what he's saying.
they know where their grandparents came from in Italy.
Burna Boy later
And they
took
are
to
proud of
Instagram
it.
to
That's
further
true.
express himself and clarify his initial comments by saying,
It's sad to see that in 2023, there's still such a Black people who would prefer we stay divided and conquered. Maybe it's my accent or something, but I never said you are African and not American. I also did not say Africa is part of heaven. You deserve all the land and reparations you want from America, and I'm 100% in support of that. All I've ever done is try to make you understand that you have Africa too that loves you, and I believe coming together as brothers and sisters is the only way forward for us Black people worldwide.
But you
work
see,
against the
black,
progress of our
like,
people
the,
worldwide.
one thing, the problem with Black people is we have this sick mentality that, like, we start feeling like all of a sudden, I don't know if it's just an behavior on X, but like recently on X, like there's Black Americans saying, "Oh, you're from Africa. I'm not from Africa." No one is forcing you to be from Africa, bro. If you want to be, if you want to say you're a Black American, fine. If you want to say you're African American, you saying that doesn't add anything or any value to my life. It doesn't give me money. It literally does nothing for me. It's just a word or something, a title you're just putting onto yourself. Cool. But if, as a human being, I would respect you. But if you feel like you want to respect me or reciprocate that respect, that's how Africans are. If you don't reciprocate the respect, we don't fucking care about you, bro. Like, go your way, we just stay in our zone. It's just that simple.
If your
You get
goal is
it?
to keep us
So, I
divided.
don't know.
A few months later, Burna Boy once again tried cleaning his comments up that got him in hot water in a complex 360 with Speedy interview, saying his mission is to build a bridge. When asked to elaborate on his comments, in which Burna Boy seemed to allude to Black Americans not having any culture, Burna Boy said,
At the end of the day, I'm still going to do my job. I'm still going to do what my mission is, and my mission is to bring us together. You know what I mean? My mission is a bridge, to build a bridge that can't be broken, a bridge that should always have been there. Everyone has their own agendas. Show me the part where I said that. That's all I need. If someone can just show me that part, there's nothing I said that Malcolm X didn't say. There's nothing I said that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan didn't say. You know what I mean? But obviously it's Burna Boy saying it, and he's from Africa. It fits the agenda for your little group or whatever. All that's beneath me. My mission and my movement is too divine for stupid ish like that. That is just always gonna come. People
Burna
are
Boy
really,
is
really
straightforward, so yeah.
there is a respectful way to discuss diaspora disconnection, but Burna Choi's antagonism and superiority. Black Americans felt talked down to instead of included. Even though I understood the point he was trying to make, it is hard to take his genuine concern of building a bridge when only a few months later in an interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, Burna Boy claimed that the genre that he is primarily known for has no substance. He said, Afrobeats, as people call it, it's mostly about nothing, literally nothing. There's no substance to it.
Yeah, that's one thing he said that actually pissed me off. What do you mean by nothing? Afrobeats, are you serious? I don't know the kind of Afrobeats he listens to. For him to say something like that.
90% of them have almost no real life experiences that they can understand, which is why you hear most of Nigerian music, or I'll say African music. I don't even know what to say. Afrobeats, as people call it. It's mostly about nothing. literally nothing. There's no substance to it. Like there's like nobody's talking about anything. It's just a great time. It's an
What? Afrobeat literally has substance to it. I don't know what kind of Afrobeat he has been listening to, because even from just Nigeria alone, you listen to songs by Wizkid, Davido, and they're literally, it's not, if it's not about love, it's about hustle, and they are literally, that's substance. Like they are literally telling a story through the song. Wizkid Oju Elegba is an Afrobeat song, right? If I'm not correct, you can correct me in the comments. But I think that song is actually an Afrobeat song, and that song is about Wizkid's upbringing, or his startup and stuff like that. So for you to say Afrobeat has, okay, he said 90%. 90% is a strong number, bro. 90% is too much, though.
amazing time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, life is not an amazing time. Do you know what I mean? No matter how nice you want your of a time you're having now, or you had at some point, or you plan to have, yeah, you're still going to face life.
Yeah.
And
if I'm lying.
exactly. So it's like, for me, I feel like music should be that. Music should be the essence of the artist. You understand?
A comment that angered fellow artists, producers, and fans across Africa led to a much belated apology and explanation in 2025, in which he gave a very much word-salad response by saying,
You could check it from my first ever interview. You see that I said I do Afrofusion, right? And why did I do that? It was because when I first got to Nigeria, I realized that this music I'm making is not what everybody. It's like there was almost no place for it at home. I had to create my own place for it. That now became a place where people who had nowhere else to go would come to. That's when I gave birth to, they now call it the Alta movement. I didn't understand why everybody just wanted my music to be inside one box. You don't put me in Afrobeats like that. You are now comparing Socrates to Kendrick Lamar. Why? Because they both say two things that rhyme, so now they must be rappers? I didn't understand that we needed an umbrella for what we're doing to actually get somewhere. In order for
But
us
for
to
you
be on
to
the
say
same level as
one
R&B
genre
and hip-hop,
is
like
not
hip-hop was already established
sustainless
before they
because
started
you
doing
don't
trap.
do
So I
that kind
didn't
of
really
trap,
come to terms
song
with
is
that part
crazy.
until I started seeing the reaction the division was causing. I now got the whole point of the Afrobeats tag. If I understood this then, I would have gone about it differently. Why would I want to distress something I'm building? I totally get it, and I apologize for that confusion.
It's one thing to differentiate Afrofusion from Afrobeats, but to insult an entire genre,
Yeah,
including
it's
the artist
crazy.
that built that very foundation that made him, it was very off-putting, and it came across as ungrateful and wildly disrespectful to the culture he claims to represent worldwide. In April 2025, Burna Boy posted a series of condescending Instagram stories dismissing Nigerian charts and insulting Nigerian fans. He wrote, Dear artists, don't let Twitter polls and Niger's social media fans deceive you. They won't fill up any stadium for you in any part of the world.
I see one social media platform you should never take anything serious on is X or Twitter. Bro, that place is now filled with AI shit, fake news for engagement. Like that place is like in hellhole. Like it's a dome of lies. Like that's what X literally is now. That place is so disgusting right now, because you'll be seeing some weird things, like fine, freedom of speech, but it's like it's too much. Like people have too much freedom. Like if you literally see that this post is fake, the moment you see a community note under it, X must take it down because it's fake news. You can't call a platform the number one news or news source or whatever, and then let it be sharing fake news and then good news at the same time. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, come on.
He went on to say
Elon
that
has to do something
1
about
million
that shit,
Nigerian
bro.
streams equals 300, 400 naira. 1 million UK streams equals 3,000, 4,000 pounds. 1 million US streams equals $3,000, $4,000. And 1 million Euro streams equals 3,000, 4,000 euros. Your song being number one on any streaming platform in Nigeria is not something to celebrate. Aim higher or do other business on the side. I type
Wow.
love. Hashtag no sign of weakness. I don't know why in
That's
his head he thought
crazy.
this was constructive
What?
criticism. At this point in the video, it just seems the way Burna talks about anything Nigerian related.
But you see, Nigerians, it's not. You see, one thing I like about Nigerians is it's not normally about like the number of plays they give you. Like Nigerians can literally hype up someone, and the person like instantly blows up. A Nigerian creator would see another creator, like startup. He can say, "Oh, you're putting in the effort," and they would literally come and support you, start collabing with you. So sometimes I see some of these creators, and then I see another Nigerian creator collabing with them, and I'll be like, "Wow." That's nice. That's one thing I like about them. So for him to say something like this is crazy, because Nigerians are the ones literally pushing their artists out there. Nigerians can literally be bragging that, oh, this guy is this guy is that, is better than your artist. And then you go and look him up and be like, okay, this guy's actually good. It's not. that's literally them giving you more fans. So don't think you blowing up somewhere doesn't mean Nigerians didn't know you before you blew up there. It's kind of weird, bro.
Hypocritical tone that suggests contempt and not connection.
Nigerians literally
Fast
push
forward
their
to his
own.
latest incident
That's one
in
thing I like
November
about them, bro.
2025, which occurred during his No Sign of Weakness US tour. Things went downhill very fast. It started at his Colorado show, where Burna Boy stopped the show to call out a woman who appeared to be sleeping and demanded that she and her partner be removed from the venue. And
Wait,
then proceeded
sleeping?
to restart the performance.
What if
like
maybe the
nothing
colors
happened.
of the lights are...
Stand up here and I see you over there with your girl sleeping in front of me. This is me the fuck up, man. You understand? So please take her the fuck home. Yeah? Fast now. Take her home, take her home, take her home. Bro, I'm not doing no more song until you take her home. Real life. Alright, take me the fuck home.
Wait, they're sleeping. But how can you be sleeping in the midst of people like this?
Wallahi, I'm not doing another song till you go home. Wallahi.
Wait, what?
After the concert,
No, but why would you be sleeping at a concert though? Why? Like, look at the amount of people that you're able to sleep. That is crazy though.
Burna
What?
jumped on Instagram Live and seemingly and jokingly said, "Did I tell you all to be my fans? I'm only looking for fans who have money this period." Soon after, Burna Boy took
crazy.
to, what do you think, boys and girls? His Instagram story, of course, to respond to the backlash he immediately received by saying,
I understand the agenda against me, and I came to terms with it a long time ago, so my skin is bulletproof at this point. I wasn't going to address this, but if you make the pilot uncomfortable in a plane you bought a ticket for, you would be deboarded or arrested as soon as you land. You pay school fees, but you will be kicked out of class if you make it uncomfortable for the teacher to do his job. My shows have people who have beaten cancer or overcame something very serious, etc. And none of them have ever slept, lol. I leave my soul on every stage I get on, even if it's only 10 people in the attendance. And I would gladly be canceled if we are now in a world where you could treat me like a stripper, slap my and tell me to keep dancing because you throw $100 at me.
in regards to the viral video, Burna Boy
That's
saying
strong.
he's only looking for
Crazy.
fans who have money. He said,
By the way, I was joking around with my band about something else, not necessarily this situation. Y'all have spun it as the usual saying, Burna Boy doesn't love his fans. If you hate me so much, either kill me or leave me alone. I'm fighting my own battles and I never come out here to look for pity or help. I love who loves me and respect who respects me. Free Sudan, free Congo, free Nigeria. He went on to say that, I sincerely apologize if I'm wrong. I'm not always right, but I feel right about this. Anyway, I'm just human, so F me. They never post any of the good I do in this world, but they go wild and viral when they feel I finally effed up. I've seen people who never even acknowledged my existence before now posting how this is not cool or writing think pieces on me now.
at this point, the damage was already done, and fans or
Bro,
former
that's
fans
crazy.
commenced their dragging on social media and on Ticketmaster.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The result was videos of near empty seats at his Houston show that circulated. Soon after, 2 dates of his concert scheduled for November 28th and December 1st in Minneapolis and Chicago had been officially canceled due to low sales and the backlash. The young woman who was the one that got kicked out of the concert spoke out online to explain what she was going through at that time, in which she said,
I'm the girl that was kicked out of the show last night. I don't even know where to begin, but that was very embarrassing and humiliating to myself and my boyfriend. Burna Boy could have handled that situation better than that. He had no idea what was going on with me, and he didn't even care to ask if I was okay. I have been mentally, physically, and emotionally drained since my daughter's dad passed away, and I came to the show to put a smile on my face after everything that has happened. He took forever to come out, and I was tired. We paid to be there, and if I wanted to close my eyes and sleep, I can do that. It is my money that I wasted, not his. And for all of you in the comment section being nasty, how about showing kindness, because you never know what someone else is going through.
During this whole ordeal, I saw tweets that said, Burna Boy might be one of the most disappointing superstars we've had in a long time. When you know your core audience is largely international, how do you behave like that and make no real effort to correct it? What kind of self-destruction do we call this? And another person that said, Burna Boy will serve as a lesson to all those artists who have the misfortune of forgetting that they owe their rise to their fans, and that mutual respect is not negotiable. It was about time he understood that his condescending attitude will be his downfall. 5 concerts canceled, perfect. And another person that said,
Bro,
This
it's
Burna Boy
crazy,
situation
bro.
is wild. You think America is Nigeria? You disrespect your fans at home, and now you've carried that same attitude to the U.S. Let me tell you, over here, they will cancel you without mercy. No second chances. You have no right telling anyone not to sleep at your show. If they sleep, they pay for their ticket. Your job is to perform, collect your money, and leave the stage in peace. Some Nigerian artists really need to humble themselves. The same behavior you cannot try abroad is exactly what you do back home to your Nigerian fans. When people call it out, you act shocked, insult your fans. Respect is not hard. Now you're canceling tours because of low tickets. Fans are the reason you're even standing on that stage. Without
Bro,
them, there's no music,
that's the
no
thing.
fame,
Like, I
no
don't
tour.
understand why. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I feel like it's too much. Like disrespecting your fans, telling them they are nobodies and stuff is too much. Because if you truly know where you're from, what you've been through, and you've been able to break through and then have a good life, you will surely appreciate your fans, even the lowest of the lowest, whether they are the poorest people on this planet, you still appreciate them because you know that, yes, they are supposed to use their money for something, but they are using it to stream your content and making you more rich. Even if you're not giving back to them, they are still doing it. You get it? So for you to do something like that, it's kind of weird, bro. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Share to us in the comment section. What do you think? Is Burna Boy doing too much? Or is he actually in the right for what he's doing? To me personally, I feel like as in this video, right, at some points, he actually made some good points. At some points, I feel like it was too much. It was too extreme. But yeah, I mean, freedom of speech, right? But at the same time, your fans are your fans, bro. You never disrespect your fans. I'll see you guys later, man. Y'all take care. Peace. And hold on, let me. I can